Hello and welcome to this special Father's Day video. My name is H.E.L.P.er and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. You can also visit my TikTok where I show updates on my projects. We are making H.E.L.P.er from Venture Brothers for my dad. Let's get to it. Here we go. We are starting off with the head. H.E.L.P.er really was an interesting sculpture to make. He was different from my previous ones. My previous ones are organic creatures, which you can have a few bumps, you can have a few misshapen proportions, and you can still make it look like part of the piece. However, H.E.L.P.er is a robot, and that requires perfect shapes almost, because he is more structural, so that required an approach where I made him piece by piece, and after I was done with that certain piece, I would bake it and then sand it down to make it flat and even, and then I would continue building on it, and that was just something I wasn't used to. You'll see that throughout the video, what I'm talking about. There's my first attempt at making the armaturing for the torso. I poked in some pre-baked eyes. And here's the sanding part that I was talking about. Pretty much had to sand that head flat. Now I'm doing the second part of it. Having to sand that down flat, and then having to put the light on top. Now I'm baking that, sanding that down flat. Pretty much like I said, I had to do him in pieces. And then after I was done with each piece, I had to bake it. Here we go. I abandoned the wooden dowel idea and kept the ultralight torso that I had made and decided just to build a tinfoil core around that. Here I'm just working on the front part. I'm only doing the bottom part. more sanding. I did get tired of sanding after a while. This is, like I said, this is the most baking and sanding that I've ever done on a project. There I am making the chest part of his torso. There I go, carving out where his neck is gonna go. Now I take my X-Acto blade and chisel out certain areas. Go adding the back. And then I add kind of a lip there at the bottom of his torso to give it more of a mechanical look. Now I'm drilling out where the neck is going to attach. There I go, giving it a dry fit just to see how it looks. Need to drill it out some more. That seemed to work out better. So now I'm drilling out the bottom where I guess you can call it his spine. That's where his spine is going to attach. This was the hardest thing to make. It took a long time for me to think about it. Probably thought about it for too long. I tend to get in my own way when it comes to these projects. I tend to overthink them. And the hips turned out not to be as bad as I thought they would be. Like I said, it's a structural thing rather than an organic thing. So trying to get it into a perfect shape was not that simple, but I had to also keep in mind that this was a bashed up mechanism. It wasn't in the best shape that it could be, so a little malforming was okay. Off camera, I did the understructure of the wheel assembly with armature wire and reinforced it with ultralight and cosplay. Now I'm covering it with Super Sculpting. Those wheel caps were actually the easiest part of that whole wheel assembly. Now I'm making the spine, and I'm using cosplay for that because I figure it is the thin part, so flexible clay would probably be a better thing to use. Here I go making the arms now, and H.E.L.P.er has very thin arms. drilling out some holes so that I could put some armature wire in there. And I'm only making one hand for him because what I'm wanting to do is pose him according to a scene from the show. It's actually one of my favorite moments in the show. There I go, drilling out the other one, the stump that's going to be missing the hand. Now we get to my Father's Day gift from Kathy. Yep, she got me a set of files from Hobby Lobby. I've been really needing these for a while, and they really, really helped on this project. So thank you, babe. I love you. Off camera, my daughter actually helped out. She helped me prime everything in black. Now I'm doing the detail work. Red does not cover very well, so that had to have several coats. I've seen this done with hot glue. I wanted to see if I could get away with this with metal adhesive, and I really wouldn't recommend it. It was okay for this project because he is very grimy, very dinged up, scratched up, and when the super glue cured, it cracked up, but that's okay for this project. Here's my daughter again. She's helping me prime the base in black. She was a very big help. And because this is a Father's Day project, I figured it'd be nice to have my daughter help me with it. It's time for assembly, which we use E6000 for that. It's a latex-based adhesive, and it's really good for these projects. now we glue him to his base, which I painted the top in silver off camera. If you've made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for watching, and my dad absolutely loved this sculpture. He's actually the one that introduced me to the show. If you haven't watched it, it's got a slew of funny characters, but by far, H.E.L.P.er is definitely the best one. I want to thank my daughter for assisting me in this project. And I want to thank Kathy for her Father's Day gift to me, the file set. I didn't have it through the beginning of this project. If you noticed, I was using a big, bulky rasp looking thing. But she decided to give me my Father's Day gift early, so I was able to finish it off with the assistance of that file set. So I want to thank her again. Love you. To everybody else, I hope you had a happy Father's Day, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications, and I will see you for the next one.